Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 2020 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm and at peace as you enter into this safe, quiet space. All right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving your Moonology and your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side. These will be layered on top of the tarot at the end to really give Luna a voice of her own, to really let the moon speak for herself. So let's see what the tarot has to say. And I have everything about this moon set up right here. How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're just going to put the cards right over here. The left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart. The right-hand side is your public self. So let's see what they have to say. We have perspective. So we have the hangman coming forward. You're not seeing things the same way as everyone else. And Virgo, that's usually where you stay. That's your stance. It's not that you don't fit in. It's that you're not, okay, so maybe it is that you don't fit in. But as a non-fitter, I see this as a very good thing. It's kind of like you are uniquely and powerfully you, and you have to let that aspect of yourself shine forward. And then we have you shining through as the Knight of Pentacles. Now this also connects you with the new moon, which of course is in Virgo on the 17th of September. You're moving forward in determination and in patience because you see a different way of obtaining your goals, of going about what you want from life. Then we have the Seven of Swords. You're taking up your knowledge. You are leaving some things behind. It's just not worth carrying. And as you take forward your knowledge, you are looking at things kind of as a student. You're looking at things with new eyes, in a new light, and it's very much stepping into this new power. Then you have the Page of Wands, which connects you with the new moon in October, on the 1st of October, which is in Aries. So here, this is going to be a time where, yes, you look at things differently. You take in this passionate knowledge and understanding. It leads you to the Knight of Cups, which connects you with the full moon in Pisces, which is on the 2nd of September. You have night going into night, earth and water energy coming together. And that's really going to be what charges you, what moves you forward to the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from something that is no longer a fit for you, and you're being very empowered by doing so. You have the Queen of Swords, the Warrior Queen, coming forward, knowing your mind, knowing what it is that you want. You have worked very hard for the way that you are moving forward and the truth that you are moving forward in. And your mind and your heart are really coming together, which is really quite beautiful. It then moves you to the Magician in the public arena. You really can kind of do it all during this time, but don't push yourself too hard, because you're going to think, I can do it all. I just have to, push myself harder, be more dedicated, get a better schedule, and you're going to wind up missing all the beautiful aspects of this time. This moon, this is the mystic moon, the dreamer moon, the poet moon, the witch's moon, because it is the High Priestess moon. And here, the High Priestess paired with the Magician is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The Magician is much more public. The High Priestess, much more private, much more intimate, much more connected with our inner selves and our inner truths. And so here, you're able to let that knowledge become part of your power and really stand in that blessing. It moves you to the Seven of Wands. It moves you to standing your ground, to knowing what you desire. It also, you're being very wise with, it's kind of like what to argue about and what not to, where to draw the lines of what you want. It moves you to the Two of Cups, which is a healing and a blessing coming forward, and the Four of Cups, which is divinity handing you a gift that was once overlooked. And as you're doing this, you're moving into this power, this illumination of the High Priestess, this way of seeing things that were once veiled. Because with the full moon in Pisces, it says here, balance spirituality with practicality. And as you do this, you find power moving you forward. You find yourself surrendering to the divine. You find yourself moving forward in a way where you're really embracing the fact that the veil between our world and the spiritual world is astoundingly thin. And usually that would be very overwhelming for you, Virgo, because you would like things to be steady and secure, all right? But you're actually going to find this to be astoundingly beautiful, because it's going to connect with your heart, your soul, and yourself, the way that you are cared for and the way that you are moving forward. And it's kind of like you are always the nurturer. You are always the one who will sit there and sacrifice for others. And now you are finding that because the spirit world, excuse me, is so thin that you feel astoundingly cared for. You feel astoundingly connected. Now, as this moves you forward, this is a perfect time for divination. This is a perfect time for connecting with spirit and also for working with water work. Using singing bowls, charging water, keeping yourself very hydrated is also going to be very important for you during this time. But I see like Epsom salt baths, just really empowered and invigorated by water. So if you live by the ocean, or by a lake, this is a time to really take advantage of that, because you're going to see that it really impacts you, Virgo. You are also being astoundingly creative and astoundingly inspired by the moon. You will find that at night you are more creative, more inspired. So make sure that you take time for yourself to move forward and to really embrace this. Now, you can be overwhelmed by the power that you are getting from this moon. And this is a time of profound compassion. And as an astoundingly compassionate person, okay, you will think, oh my gosh, I just have to give more. And if you go to an extreme, right, and as a sensitive person, as a person who is very connected, you will find that you are really hit by the harshness of this world, because the veil is lifted, the mask, you're seeing behind the mask, and that can be very upsetting. And so during this time, you can crave sleep, meditation, and prayer, which are all very good. But you can also crave the oblivion of drugs and alcohol and the sleep to not rejuvenate the body, but to escape. So you're going to have to be very mindful of that, Virgo, during this time. Because, this is going to be something where it's like things just get a little bit too real, because you can see too much. And you're going to need to balance this. And you're going to need to be that caregiver. You're going to need to be that compassionate person for yourself. And that's going to be very important. And you're really planting new seeds and embracing new power come the 17th of September. And this is when, of course, you enter into the new moon in Virgo. And this is time to give rather than take. And this is kind of your motto, give rather than take. But what you're going to see here is that instead of giving of your power and taking other people's burdens, this is a time to give and care for yourself and take the energy that is given to you by Spirit. Because what you're doing here is you're planting new seeds. You're moving forward. This is a time of beginnings, and this is a time of a new start coming. And this is when you're looking at what you desire and the way that you want to move forward, and you're really seeing how you nurture that within yourself and how you move forward to the place that you want to be and to the power that you know that you own. And now you're really stepping into that truth. It's kind of like you're stepping into you. And instead of thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Am I being too bold? Am I being too brazen? I haven't really made the proper foundational, moves yet. This is saying I need to take care of me. I need to connect with me, because if my cup is empty, if I drain away all my power, giving to everybody else, then where do I stand? And how do I stand? And this moves you then to the full moon in Aries, which is on October 1st, which is saying here a fiery climax approaches, a fiery truth comes forward, this way that you are embracing things, and especially your heart is seeing things anew, and it's kind of like you're wanting this change, you're wanting to step into this power, you're invigorated, you're emboldened, and it moves you to really connecting with the spirit animals of September and also October. And the spirit animals of September are the bear spirit and the owl spirit. And the bear spirit says, take time out to connect with the seeds that you've planted over your heart. This is a time of dominion over your world, over yourself. This is a time of authority and being larger than life. You're really sitting there and you're saying, this is what I desire for myself and from my world. You are the protector of what you really value, and you're committed to those who are weaker than you. But make sure that you don't give completely and everything. It's kind of like the giving tree is what Spirit is showing me. Make sure that they don't take everything, because you're very mama bear during this time. And you have this mama bear energy actually protecting you. So you're going to want to just push a little bit further. You're just going to want to go a little bit more. And this mama bear protective nature, okay, that the spirit animal of the bear is bringing, okay, is going to be like, no, let's reel it back in. Let's keep you safe. Let's protect this territory. Let's move forward. So you will be feeling kind of like Spirit tap on your shoulder, this bear spirit, which can be a very forceful tap, saying, don't push it too far. Don't, be mindful of yourself is really what it's going to say, because I'm protecting you and I need you to listen to me. So just connect with that energy, because Virgo, you're so used to saying, oh, well, I'll take care of this. All right, I'll do this. Don't worry about it. That as the spirit world really is taking care of you, you're kind of going to be thrown just a little bit, but it's really going to be beautiful. Then we move to the owl spirit, which connects you even deeper with the high priestess. And this is a deep connection to wisdom. This is, keen vision, keen understanding. You're looking at things, you're seeing so much more. It's very intense. All right. So here it says you see clearly now. And yes, you do. But you see too clearly. And so sometimes that can be too much. So if it is too much, some of you are going to thrive. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I see the truth. I understand things. I'm moving forward. It's intense, but I'm ready for this. Others, you're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. It's too much. It's too intense. I can't. Now your sentiment is going to be, if I turn away from this gift, it'll never come back. Take it from somebody who learned at a very young age a very profound gift that they had, all right, and was told by somebody world-renowned, but wasn't ready for it. And so I walked away. I said no. They just looked at me. And they were like, well, that's interesting. And I wound up coming to it anyway, on my own, in my power. And so here, just know that even if you say, no, this is too much, this is too intense, or you come to it slowly, slowly and gently, it will still find you. It will always be a part of you. And this is the connection to the high priestess. And it always makes me think of the thunder of truth, which says, when you are furthest from me, I am closest to you. When you are closest to me, I am furthest from you. It's kind of like that kid, you know? It's kind of like the kid that is always getting in trouble, always kind of like trying to touch the hot stoves and stuff like this, and you're always right there with them. Or when the kids are really little, you're always right there with them, and you have to be. But when they're older, you can kind of be further away. And that's what I'm seeing here with Spirit, with you, with the High Priestess with you, with the Sacred Feminine with you. It's like, I'm right there with you. I'm protecting you. But it's when you don't think you need me. You need me. But when you know you need me, I know you're okay. I know you have your head screwed on right. So it's okay for you to walk on your own. And that's going to be a very powerful thing with this. The owl spirit isn't going to be as mama bear, you know, as the bear spirit is. Because just think of, and I know people say, well, what about papa bears? If you look at the wild, it's the mama bear that will absolutely rip somebody apart if they come too close to their cubs. The papa bear, they're off doing their own thing. So here, I mean, yes, it can of course be papa bear, but it is going to be an intense protectiveness. And the owl spirit is kind of like discover, explore, understand. But I'm giving you all the insight that you need. It then moves you to the crow spirit and the dove spirit of October. And the crow spirit is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This says co-create with spirit. And now with the crows, they seem like such a contrast, the crow and the dove. Because the crow, when you have a flock of crows, right, it's called a murder of crows. That's not lovely, but I think it's kind of cool. And then you have the doves, and doves are harbingers of peace, and they brought, you know, the olive branch, and it's like, oh, they're so cute. Crows are astoundingly smart. They are fantastic. They are fantastic partners. They are fantastic parents. They are fantastic teachers. All right? Crows also are super, super smart. They know and can learn more words than parrots can. They're just not as pretty. And we look at them and we see this darkness and we see this harbinger of death and fear. And we think, ooh. But if you look closely, you can see the purple and the blue in her feathers. And it's like, are we missing beauty because we're not expecting to see it? And the answer is yes. That's exactly what we're doing. And the crow brings about change. It also brings about sacred law. It brings messages with us that bring forth this change. All right? We are trusting. It tells us here, the crow tells us to trust our personal integrity and our intuition and to speak our truth. Because as we speak our truth, we transform our person and we embrace our power. The dove brings messages of peace and hope. Of course it does. But it also especially brings these messages of peace and hope to those of us who have broken hearts or whose hearts have been hurt and whose heart hasn't been hurt over time. It's gentle compassion, which absolutely connects with the Pisces sentiment of compassion coming forward. You are actually going to find yourself very drawn to deities of compassion during this Pisces moon, very drawn to understanding deeper healings, whether it be through orthodoxy or unorthodoxy. You are going to find yourself drawn to the compassion of truth, and compassion is going to be your truth during this time. This is a release of pain with the dove spirit, the release of pain that has been holding you back, and the release of pain that has been defining you. And it moves you to not being like everybody else. As you are moving forward, you are going to sit there and have just a different perspective. You're going to think you're wrong because that's kind of like the default, Virgo. For a lot of Virgos, before you reach like this enlightenment and step into your true power, you will think, oh my gosh, I'm just doing this wrong. I'm not worrying enough. I'm not, working hard enough. I have to just be more. You're different. There's a poem that I loved ever since I was a little girl. And it says, so what if I'm different and don't act like them? I'm not going to change and be someone I'm not. I like who I am, and I'm all that I've got. And that's true here. And as you're seeing things differently, and as you're embracing this different power and this different truth, don't think you're wrong. Be wacky, be different, be you. And let that be right. Because as you're seeing things differently, you're embracing your passion, your power, your information, your truth. And you're not falling into the same patterns that everybody else falls into. You will try to conform and fit in. It'll just feel wrong. And you won't be able to do it. You'll sit there and you'll think, oh my gosh, I'm doing such a good job blending in. Whereas you're like a tie-dyed sheep. They can spot you a mile away. Don't think that that's bad. It's beautiful. Let it shine. Let you shine. Because you're slowly and steadily moving forward in your truth, in your determination, and in your power. The Knight of of Pentacles represents you. You are represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. You are represented by the Hermit in the Major Arcana. This connects you with your new moon in Virgo on the 17th of September. This is slow and steady. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. The Knight of Cups, which is right here, second slowest moving knight. So you're not going to sit there and really be running towards the change and not caring what happens. You want a strong, sturdy foundation. You want the rivers to run deep, to have carved true. And that's really what you're going for here. And then once you have this solid foundation, you stand your ground. You have that wisdom right there with you because she has the owl, and I'll get to that in a little bit. The owl over her shoulder. You have the High Priestess walking with you as the veil is lifted from your eyes, and you stand in the power of the magician in a, I know this altar, I know this truth. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, you are looking at things and you are saying, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? I'm not like them and I don't want to be. And that's going to be something that you'll think is wrong. You're going to think, I need to be like them. I need to be like what people say and what society says success is. What if you redefined it? What if everybody thought you were crazy? But you know through the compassion of this moon, through the thin veil of the spirit world and the inspiration that you are getting, that you are not wrong. This isn't saying, quit your job and join the circus, especially during these times, right? But this is saying, be a part of your truth and don't give up on you. Don't lose sight of the bigger reason of why you're here, of the passionate determination that guides you forward, because you're taking your knowledge, you're taking your understanding, and you've worked so hard for it, and it's worth millions. It's worth millions to you. It doesn't mean that this is going to be a windfall and that all of a sudden you're going to have zillions of millions of dollars. It means that you're taking your knowledge, you're taking your inspiration, and you are moving forward with it. You're leaving behind what no longer matters to you, what no longer is your truth, and what no longer defines you. Okay, 2 things right here, you carry them with you, and you've been carrying them with you, but it's like enough is enough. It doesn't define you anymore. And that's what you're walking away from. You have the 7 going into the 8. It's like, no, I'm walking away from what I once thought I loved. I'm walking away from what I once thought I needed to define myself by. And I'm walking into healing love. I'm walking into a powerful creation. I'm walking into this connection with spirit and with my truth. And as you do so, it leads you to the Page of Pentacles. It leads you to being a student of your prosperity, being a student of you, of asking the questions, of seeing the deeper knowledge, of moving towards a truth that defines and frees, moving towards something that is astoundingly powerful, but is not carrying with you the baggage of before, because you're coming to it like a child, innocent and wide-eyed, and also not looking at things in the box that the rest of the world says, oh, it has to be like this. You're like, why? Why does it have to be like this? You're exploring, you're discovering, you're becoming. You are. You are so much more than you had ever thought you would be. And now you're starting to see that within yourself. This is also a fantastic time to learn, because you have here the heart of passion and the inner self of practicality coming forward, looking at new ways forward, looking at new desires, looking at new truths. And as you become the student of prosperity and you see yourself growing forward, your heart becomes the student of your passion, of what you desire, of what gets you out of bed in the morning. And you're looking at it, and you're looking at the fire and the water. And you would think, oh, well, these don't really go together, right? But they do. But they do. Because the fire, of course, warms the water. And you might say, okay, well, it makes the water evaporate. True. If it is too hot, it does. But if there is no fire, there is only ice. And the water cannot flow freely. Think of the fire as the sun. Think of the fire as the core of the earth. It's what keeps the earth hospitable. All right? And so here, you have this passion, you have this intuition, you have this integrity, you have this desire. It moves you forward. It moves the waters through you. It moves you towards your passion, your desire, towards what you want. It's slowly and steadily guiding you. You're asking questions. Your heart is moving you towards these questions, towards more. It's kind of like, well, why is it that my fire doesn't burn like everybody else's does? Why is it that that being quote-unquote normal is stifling to me. And it's because you have to let this fire shine through. Now, it doesn't mean that this becomes your job. Sometimes the job is just a job. This can be your hobby on the side. This is what the moon is bringing forth. It's bringing forth a power to create. It's bringing forth a power to surrender to the divine, to move yourself forward in a way that you could hardly have imagined, but greatly seek and greatly want. And as you do so here, and as you move forward steadily and assuredly, you find the power within you for an ending and a beginning to become one. It is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away from something you once thought you would love. Is saying, you know what, enough is enough. I need to walk through this archway, walk through this portal of love. Because you have here the roses around, the red roses, love and passion. And find my truth, find what I desire, and you do so by the light of the moon. It really does guide you, it really does call you. I see this like a siren's call, like this beautiful, call that you can't block from your ears. Now, this is not to make you crash and, be destroyed on the rocks. This is to bring you to a place that once seemed absolutely far away. That once seemed like I could never get there. I could never be that. And now you're finding that you can. That you are. And it's extraordinary. It really is extraordinary. But an ending comes. And you're prepared for that ending. It comes first of the mind in your inner self. As you are looking at things, as you are emboldened, as you are asking questions. And you're like, well, why am I putting up with this nonsense right here? And then it leads you forward. It leads you on a path and towards a journey that you never thought you would be walking. You thought, oh, wow, that's just not for me. But you're seeing that you are a warrior queen. At your heart, this is your mind and your heart coming together. And why is that important? I believe quite thoroughly that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we need to listen to our hearts, but not make them our masters. We need to listen to our mind, but not be ruled by them. We need to have them come together in a way that really is beautiful. In a way that says, well, that's not logical, but says, but it's not emotional. It's not me if I don't. And so you find this balance, you find this truth, and you find yourself being authentically you, which means that you will not fit in, because most people aren't. Most people are trying so hard to be something that they think that they are supposed to be, that they forget to speak their truth, to move forward in their glory, to stand their ground for who they are, who they truly are, who they were born to be, not who they think they are supposed to be. The Queen of Swords can come across as cold and aloof because she's not concerned with all the trauma drama of everybody else. She sees things deeper. She understands. And as a person, Virgo, who understands, who looks at things deeper, who looks at things more knowingly, this is going to be a queen and a way of embracing your heart that you see as being very powerful for you, very truthful, very honest, very invigorating. This is also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, with the Prince, with the Knight of Water, and with the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The heart is ruled, and it's ruled by these elements of fire, of water, and air, and it's ruled by the truth of moving forward, moving away from what emotionally has held you back before, what has made you feel as if I'm supposed to stand here, I'm supposed to do this. This is an ending with the Eight of Cups. The ending of the Eight of Cups is as severe as a divorce. For some, it is a divorce. For others, it is a divorce from an old ideology, all right? An old way of looking at yourself, okay? Beliefs that were spoken over you, that were never yours to begin with. You are finding your truth. You are walking into your power. And this isn't saying, I have to stand here because I kind of made my bed and now I lie in it type of thing. This is saying, I'm moving forward because I know I'm worth more than simply settling for a life I never wanted or for a truth that isn't mine. And it moves you. It moves you to being the magician. It moves you to magic. Now, I'm not saying to run away from responsibilities. I believe very strongly in responsibilities, and I believe we are forged by responsibilities. But we're not forged by being resentful of our lives every moment of every day. And if we speak our truths and we tweak things just a little bit, to be more authentically ourselves, then we could have a world of people who uphold their responsibilities and are actually happy. And I think that would be a world really worth living in. The magician works with the high priestess. As above, so below, as you see it, so it becomes. This is connecting with the God's head within. The high priestess is part of the God's head. The high priestess lives within the God's head. Quiet and veiled, speaking in riddles and rhymes, not always fully understood, but astoundingly powerful. I think of her as the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi, people came from all over the ancient world to hear her prophecies and spent a lifetime figuring it out. And isn't that what we do? We have this prophecy of truth spoken within us, living within our souls, and we spend a lifetime figuring it out, figuring out how to live it, how to embrace it. And that's what you're doing here with the magician. You are finding that power. You are moving forward in blessings. You have the 4 elements of creation around you, and you are embracing that creation to know your truth, to know your power, to know what you desire. And as you move forward in this truth, as you have this connection and this sense of worthwhile determination, people see it. People see that you are creating your reality. You are creating the way that you move forward. You are not being held back or defined by outside forces anymore. You are owning your truth and your desire. You are standing where you want to stand, and you have the high priestess right there. You have the owl spirit of September coming forward. You are greatly inspired. You are greatly defined. And as this energy comes forward, you know when to stand your ground and when to let things pass. Because what you're going to want to do is you have this knightly energy leading into the 7 of Wands. And you have the repeat of the number 7 here with the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Swords is knowing your truth and moving forward in it, leaving things behind. The 7 of Wands is standing your ground. 7 is a number of truth. 7 is also a number that really connects you with mystical powers and greater understanding. And it's not like hocus pocus mystical powers. It is the mystical power of the universe, the creation power of our truth. And so here, what you are doing is you're knowing what to defend and what to let go. And you're also you're going to find that during this time, Virgo, you really feel as if you have to speak your truth. You have to walk forward in your power. You have to embrace this. Because you're going to feel if you veer from it, you veer from a very pinnacle and very important part of yourself. The high priestess guides you. The high priestess walks with you. Because you are seeing something greater. You are seeing something more. And it's not that she works with you because she feels as if, well, she does feel as if you need your guidance. You need her guidance. She does. So, yes, she does. And she's saying, I am whispering in your ear. I am leading you towards something greater. Do not ignore. Do not ignore me. Because if you ignore her, you will find that you stand for things you don't want to stand for. You battle what isn't your fight. And you waste energy. And she's saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Because there's a healing light here that you are getting from Spirit that is moving you forward, that is embracing you in this public arena. And in the public arena, you're going to meet with people who just don't get it. They see this transformative power that you have, and they're jealous of it, and they want it for themselves, not for you. And here, it's like, no, don't fight them, heal. It's not healing them, it's healing yourself. It is saying, this is not a battle that I want to be a part of. This is not my war. This is not my truth. And I am connecting with Spirit. I am connecting with something so much greater. And my cup will always be full, because I will always be caring for it. And as you move forward in that knowledge, and as you defend this by not being like everybody else, you'll see divinity hands you a gift that you're not expecting. And it'll come at the time when you least expect it. It will be breathtaking and it will be beautiful. It will be for you. Don't ignore it. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness, okay. How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Extremes. Will and attraction. Realizations. An end of a tough cycle approaches. Don't let your past hold you back. You are good enough. Strong Virgo energy for you, Virgo. Absolutely beautiful. You step into your element. Your dreams need a practical plan. Work through your fears. So that's, oh, I love that. I really love your public arena here and the way the moon speaks to it. So you're going to be pulled towards extremes. The extreme of wanting to be who you are, the extreme of wanting to fit in. You embrace these extremes and know your truth. You do embrace the extremes. So you might find yourself being kind of like a pendulum, swinging back and forth. Know your truth. Know yourself. And kind of keep that swinging to as gentle a rocking as possible, because it is going to call to you and you are going to be drawn to it. But don't let it rule your life, because there is a will here to attract. Here with the supermoon, the power of the moon, the superpower that guides you forward. There's a will, there's a determination from these extremes to understand the truth and to embrace a new idea of prosperity. And that's what you are attracting to yourself. And that's what you are being guided forward towards. It's unlocking a key, unlocking the door. You are moving forward, like with these seeds being planted in this new moon. You're going to find that you are opening things up to your passion and to your love that really do bring forth mysteries, that really do make things clear. And as they do, you find that yes, a tough cycle is coming to an end. You're seeing things more clearly. You're very grounded here. You have all three of the earth sign energies coming forward with Capricorn, Taurus, and of course yourself, Virgo. You are seeing yourself becoming stabilized, seeing solutions move you forward more justly, more honestly, and you know that the past cannot hold on to you anymore. It says, don't let the past hold you back. And as you are the warrior queen, as you are moving towards your future, fighting for it and defending it, you will not let your past hold you back, because you are attracting a change to move you forward. And that's why you're walking away here with the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from something that no longer fits. That you're walking away from a place you no longer want to be. And as you do so, you need to know, Virgo, that you are good enough. And I always found this card, and I know I say it every single time, I always found this card to be a little bit condescending. You're good enough. It's like, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. But it's not condescending. It's saying in the moment, where you are right now, you are enough. Yes, you can strive for tomorrow, and you can strive for better, and we all should. But to sit there and say, I will not like myself until I am, insert whatever, you need to be here. And we do it in society until I'm thinner, until I'm richer, until I'm thisser, until I'm better. It's like, no, I am enough. Right now, in this moment, I am enough. You move forward in that truth. I am good enough. Write it on the mirror, in lipstick or in erasable marker. Know that you are enough. Your dreams need a practical plan, and you are embracing that practical plan. And you are working through these fears that held you back and that hold you back. As you do so, your subconscious message is fear from Luna. You have fear and you're staying small because of it, but the ravens, the crows, In October, they want you to fly forward. Embrace the change, embrace your glory. And as you do so, you see here that you are very close to achieving your goals. And as you see that you are very close to achieving your goals, your subconscious tarot message is the Eight of Pentacles. Your hard work pays off. Your dedication moves you forward. You are embracing a new truth. You are walking into a new world that you had once thought was denied to you. And it's just not. It is not. You are powerful. You are blessed. And your hard work has been worth it. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a rising of our positive energy, and a moving forward in our power and in our grace, knowing that with each step we take, with each inhale and exhale, we are enough, and we are the heroes of our stories. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Virgo.